Wanted to talk about the UniFi AP AC Mesh units. Wanted to see if you could connect these and run these without a UniFi controller. The answer is you need the UniFi controller for the initial setup. After you set up the unit, you do not need the controller to run them. That also works with the mesh connecting mode. So basically, if you have one of these units hardline and connected to the internet or to the network, and then you had the rest of the units connecting wirelessly as a mesh network, you do not need them to have the controller in order for them to communicate. I have actually tested this. This was tested by power cycling all the devices, and I left one connected with the hard line just to get the internet connection itself, and then the other devices that I have, I left them wirelessly connected, and they did indeed reconnect and caught on that signal, no problems, did not need the UniFi controller running. The other thing that I'd like to mention is during initial setup, if you buy these, if you connect one of these to your local area network and then run the controller, it will pick up new devices wirelessly that are within range of the main device that has been provisioned. So if you set up this device, for example, first of all, and provision it, it will actually detect this unit if it has never been used before. The other nice feature is that if you ever want to connect one of these devices, say that this is a wireless unit that is just communicating with this base unit wirelessly, what you can do is you can come out and you can go directly into a device, a laptop, a switch, whatever you need, and you can actually run it as a hardline connection for that device. Say that this laptop didn't have a networking card, or say that you wanted to plug this into a switch to then feed some other devices that did not have Wi-Fi enabled inside them. You could do that also. It does, the blue LED light will flash a couple times. It'll take about 2 minutes before it'll figure out what you're trying to do, but after it figures out, hey, I'm connected, hey, I don't have an internet connection, oh, I need to start feeding you internet, it will start doing that. Doing a little bit of speed test here. My internet connection is, that's pretty much on par with what I get just plugging in directly, but just showing you that it can go over 100 megabits per second with very low latency. This is pretty much exactly what I would get if I was plugged in directly. So these devices will automatically reconfigure themselves to use the Ethernet. Instead of being an input for the internet, it will be an output to other devices. Another thing to note is use the power bricks that come with these devices. Because I have done some testing, I used an old power brick that was from a older UniFi product, and what was happening was in the UniFi controller, it was actually showing that it was only limited to 100 megabits per second, and I did the speed test and it would only get up to about 97 megabits per second. Swapping this out to the PoE injector that came with the device gave me the full gigabit speed, and it showed up in the controller as well. So there is something different with the construction of these PoE injectors versus the older ones. So if for whatever reason, if you lose one of these, or you whatever have you, or if you try to use an older wiring setup, sometimes the wiring, if it's missing a couple pins on it, it might not use the full gigabit. Just be aware of that. That was in my testing, that having a different power brick or having different wiring, that sort of thing, can affect it and not give you the full speed that you have available to the whole system. So hopefully this video was helpful, informative, or just entertaining. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe down below, ring the bell, all that fancy stuff, and I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.